Specialize where the money resides. Where the money resides, where the money resides. What's up? My name is Lamb. This is Lamb Nation back at it again with another great video. On today's video, I am going to be talking about 4 wealth building strategies that everybody should learn in their 20s. So this is a bit of advanced game. This is not for the beginners. So if you are a beginner, finish watching this video out, but do check out some of my other videos. And for the people who are on that next level, let's get started. So, number 1, you want to specialize where the money resides. So what this means is that you want to specialize in a certain area or field before you generalize, right? So let's say real estate versus stocks versus entrepreneurship versus, Bitcoin, whatever else you can do, right? You don't want to go in all of these different things at once, right? You don't want to be a jack of all trades, a master of none. You want to master one specific area, right? So let's say even for entrepreneur example, you want to specialize in entrepreneurship. And then once you specialize in entrepreneurship, what kind of business do you want to start? Do you want to start a restaurant? Do you want to start an auto shop? Do you want to start whatever else business? You want to start a restaurant? What kind of restaurant do you want to start? Do you want to start a taco truck, a Chinese truck, a fancy 5-star restaurant? So this is the concept that says that the most money and the most wealth is created by those who specialize in a certain field. This applies for college too. If you get a general studies diploma, that doesn't make you any money, because what are you good at? We don't know. You're not good at anything. You're just mediocre in a whole bunch of different things. Can't make no money off of that. So if you go to college and you specialize in engineering, right? What kind of engineering do you specialize in? Is it mechanical? Is it diesel? Is it nuclear? You want to specialize in a certain field. And not only do you want to specialize in a certain field, you want to specialize where the money resides. Don't specialize in basket weaving, right? Don't specialize in some business that nobody wants to go to, like the earwax collection or something, the earwax shop. You want to specialize where the money resides. Number 2, gross the most, right? So what I'm seeing from a lot of young people is good that a lot of young people are getting into investing, getting into wealth building, but I'm seeing this idea of passive income over and over again. Basically, with gross the most, what I am saying is that you need to build wealth before you can get these passive income streams, especially while you're young. Like I said, in your 20s, this is when you're hustling, this is when you're grinding, this is when you're building up your net worth the most. This is when you're creating your income the most. You do not want to focus on them passive income streams. Let's take, for instance, real estate, right? So like what I did, I bought my house for 180. It's worth 180. I bought it at the peak of the market. It was nowhere for me to grow. It was nowhere for me to grow. It was nowhere for me to gross the most. So while I do get that passive income per month, $1,000 or whatever, it would be more beneficial in my wealth building journey if I would have bought a fixer upper for $100,000, put work into it, waited 5 years, and then after 5 years, it's not worth $100,000 anymore. It's worth $250,000, and that way, that passive income is more security. That's still that paycheck salary mindset, like, oh, I have to have this steady income. You get that steady income later, So we're not disabled, we're not handicapped, we're not disabled, we're not handicapped, we're not, old. We can bounce back, we're more resilient. So do something that can greatly increase your wealth. Don't do the safe bet like dividend stocks. You don't even have enough wealth to make your dividend stocks even worth anything. You might need $100,000 in stocks, 200,000, $1 million for it to be worth money to get make a monthly income off of your dividends every month. So don't focus on the dividend income. Focus on those growth stocks that can grow and acquire you more wealth, and you want to gross the most. Number 3 is EOR, the EOR method. So this is entrepreneurship over real estate. So I like the EOR method, even though I'm a real estate person. Entrepreneur over real estate. So it's this idea that wealth is generated and most billionaires create their wealth through real estate. That is not true. Most billionaires and millionaires create their wealth through entrepreneurship, through specializing where the money resides, and they do it through entrepreneurship. And then once they get their millions, once they get their billions, they diversify. Just like when you specialize, you go in a specific area. Once you get good at it, then you can generalize into other areas. Just like entrepreneurship, you focus in entrepreneurship, and then to preserve their wealth, they switch to real estate. Just like these passive income streams. They do this stuff where they build it, and once they have it, then they spread out. Then they do the dividends so they can preserve their wealth, and then they do the rentals so they can have monthly income and reserve it. So if you want to build wealth, the fastest way to do that is not real estate, it's entrepreneurship. Unless you have real estate business, then yeah, but it's not through buying properties and buying rentals and even fixing flips. That is just the fastest way to build wealth is through entrepreneurship. All right. Last one, your network is your net worth. So I think we're all pretty familiar with that. Who makes you money. If you can have those connections, if you're plugged in with somebody in the bank, if you're plugged in with a marketing person, if you're plugged in with an IG famous person, if you're plugged in with somebody who knows the job, just who can go a long way. And sometimes it's not even about your skills and abilities, although it does behoove you to have some kind of specialization that some skill that you do know. A lot of it is who you know. So again, these are the 4 strategies that I feel like everybody should know in their 20s. And you can change these up. You can adopt these. A lot of people like to go to generalization. A lot of people like to go straight to passive income. A lot of people like to start in real estate, and a lot of people don't network with anybody. These are just strategies to consider and think about, because in our 20s, I feel like a lot of 20-year-olds, they think they know everything, and then you don't really know nothing. So this is just another way of thinking about it. If you haven't started saving, if you haven't started budgeting, if you haven't got a job and got up some income, got on your side hustle, start working overtime. If you haven't done any of that stuff, then you really don't need to worry about this. It's something to keep in the back of your mind. But if you have done all of that, please consider these methods. Specialize where the money resides, gross the most, Eeyore, and your net worth is your net worth. Thanks for watching.